Welcome to Hidden Finance, the channel where economics and finance reveal their most hidden secrets. Today, we'll uncover a new mystery that has shaped global markets and influenced the economy. This is Ma Yun, but you probably know him as Jack Ma. Until 2020, he was the richest man in China. Alongside a few other pioneers, he helped bring the People's Republic of China into the internet age. Alibaba, the giant company he founded, became a pillar of the Chinese economy. But Jack Ma's fortune took a sharp downturn in 2020 when he made a misstep. He dared to publicly criticize the Chinese government. From that moment, he was effectively forced to relinquish control of his companies and disappear from the public eye for years. But who is Jack Ma really? And what happened to him after 2020? Today, we will tell you the story of Jack Ma, the former richest man in China, a man many have called the Chinese Jeff Bezos. But let's start from the beginning. Jack Ma, born Ma Yun, was born in 1964 in Hangzhou. His mother worked as a factory worker while his father was a photographer. During his youth, Hangzhou became one of the most modern and dynamic cities in China. In 1978, when Ma was 14 years old, the period of economic reforms and liberalization under Deng Xiaoping began. After decades of isolation, China began to open up more and more to the world. In this stimulating context, Ma developed a passion for foreign cultures and products, which were previously banned. However, despite the opening up, China under Deng Xiaoping remained a dictatorship, albeit a less strict one than before. With the arrival of products, films, and people from abroad, young Ma developed a strong passion for foreign cultures. He decided to learn English so he could communicate with foreigners and learn different perspectives. To improve his language skills, he started writing letters in English to foreign pen pals. One of these friends affectionately gave him the nickname Jack, a name that Ma decided to keep for life. As a young man, Ma also worked as a tour guide, and his passion for English and Anglo-Saxon culture became increasingly serious. Eventually, he decided he wanted to study these subjects at university. He tried to enter Hangzhou Normal University, one of the most prestigious and selective universities in the country, but was rejected twice. Jack Ma, however, did not give up and continued to prepare for the entrance exams, doing odd jobs to earn some money. Finally, in 1984, on his third attempt, he was admitted. 4 years later, in 1988, he graduated in English and began working as an English teacher at another university in the city. But how did he go from being an English teacher to becoming the Asian Jeff Bezos? Ma's transition was not immediate. He taught English at the Hangzhou Institute of Electronics and Engineering from 1988 to 1993, specializing in technical English for electronic engineering. During this time, he learned the basics of computer science, which would be crucial for his future. However, before diving into the internet world, he seized another opportunity. He noticed that companies in Hangzhou were increasingly doing international business, but company representatives needed to know English to communicate and negotiate. At the time, few people in China spoke English, so in 1994 Ma left his teaching job and opened his first business, the Haibo Translation Agency, an agency for translation and interpreting between English and Chinese. But the real turning point came in 1995, when Ma took a trip to the United States with his wife and some friends. It was there that he discovered the potential of the internet. During the trip, he searched for information about Chinese beers online and realized that on the web, they did not exist. He immediately understood the enormous opportunity. The digital world was practically unexplored when it came to China. Back in China, Jack Ma, along with his wife and a computer-savvy friend, Ye Yibing, founded China Pages in 1995. The idea was simple but revolutionary for the time: to create websites for Chinese companies in an era when almost no one in China had a website. The market demand was immense, but their resources were limited. They had only $20,000 in initial capital. Despite being pioneers, they soon faced competition from much larger companies with greater capital, like Hangzhou Telecom. In 1997, China Pages was forced to shut down. However, this experience gave Jack Ma a reputation as an internet expert, so much so that in 1998, the Chinese government commissioned him to develop state-controlled web services. It was during this assignment that Ma convinced 18 members of his team to leave their jobs and join him in creating a new company. Thus, Alibaba was born in 1999. Unlike many other e-commerce sites, Alibaba did not start as a consumer-to-consumer, C2C, or business-to-consumer, B2C marketplace. Jack Ma realized that the growing Chinese economy offered the most opportunities in the B2B, business-to-business sector, so he designed Alibaba as a platform to connect Chinese companies with foreign buyers. With China's economy increasingly oriented towards exports, Ma thought the domestic market would develop more slowly, focusing on business-to-business transactions. To grow Alibaba, Ma sought investors and managed to get a meeting with Masayoshi Son, founder of SoftBank. Son invested $20 million in Alibaba without even looking at the financial statements, based solely on Ma's vision and ideas for the company's future. In a short time, Alibaba began to grow and expand into new markets. In 2003, Ma launched Taobao, a C2C e-commerce site that directly challenged eBay, which already had a dominant market share in China. Jack Ma's strategy was simple but effective. While eBay charged fees on every transaction, Taobao offered the service for free, instead making money from advertising and premium services. This strategy attracted a large number of users, allowing Taobao to surpass eBay and become the most popular C2C platform in China. In 2005, Yahoo invested $1 billion in Alibaba to acquire 40% of its shares, an investment that turned out to be very profitable. In 2007, Alibaba was listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, raising $1.7 billion. The company continued to grow, launching Tmall in 2008, a B2C e-commerce site that allowed businesses to sell directly to consumers. Alibaba also expanded into cloud computing and launched Singles Day in 2009, an online shopping event that quickly became the Chinese equivalent of the American Black Friday. The company never stopped, continuing to innovate and expand into new sectors. In 2014, Jack Ma decided to list Alibaba on the New York Stock Exchange. This decision turned out to be a huge success. Alibaba raised $21.8 billion, marking the largest IPO in U.S. history. After this triumph, Jack Ma became the richest man in China and one of the most influential in the world. That same year, he founded Ant Group, a financial services giant that also included Alipay. However, despite his success, Jack Ma started to become a controversial figure in China. In 2020, in a public speech, he openly criticized the Chinese government for its financial regulation. A few days later, Ant Group's IPO was blocked, and Ma disappeared from the public eye, sparking speculation about possible tensions between him and the Chinese government. In 2021, Jack Ma briefly reappeared, but he has maintained a very low profile since then. However, his legacy as a pioneer of the internet in China remains. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next mysteries of the economic world. But what's your opinion? Share it in the comments.